what we're trying to do today is get into some of the most sweaty rotations that exist in Wuthering Waves. And when it comes to a game like Wuba, there's certain stuff that you can do on field, like a Calcharo for Death Messenger rotation. And then you have super sweaty ass gameplay like Jiyan, where the stuff that you can actually do on field with him isn't as wildly complex as like a 4DM Calcharo rotation, but you can do a crazy amount of stuff with his actual team during the setup as you're getting all of those intro skills lined up for Jiyan. And this video, I saw a little bit of it the other day. To me, this was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. A video like this just shows the complexity that goes beyond just the playstyle of one character. When you're able to optimize all three members of your team and not just your DPS, basically the skill ceiling for a team just gets like bigger and bigger, right? As you learn more about the game and you learn more about these characters. I think to me, this is just going to be like a great walkthrough to see how much Wuthering Waves rewards you for investing your time into learning your roster, learning your characters, and learning your teams. Jiyan's team is considered one of the easiest in the game, and finding out that there's still a bunch of stuff you can do to make it better outside of just your echoes, outside of just upgrading your skills, all of that stuff, to me is awesome. So without further ado, let's take a bit of a short look at this Jiyan fast opener rotation that's about 9.9 seconds. You might not like have a grasp of like how much time that actually is, but once you see the gameplay, you're probably gonna be like, oh shit, this is this is kind of something. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. So first things first, I played about 1 second of the video and something crazy happened, right? We saw like an immediate switch to like 2 or 3 different characters. That is kind of like where a lot of the optimizations are coming in for a team like this. So I think I played this in slow motion the other day. So let's just go. So you guys might be thinking, wait, isn't this a Jiyan team? And you can see, you know, right here, right? It's obviously not that complex anymore. Turn the volume down a little bit more. I think there's like a couple of cuts here. I'm not sure what exactly these cuts are. It's getting a little bit confusing, but I'm assuming this isn't like a crazily invested Jiyan. I believe this is like S0, S1. You're gonna notice that this Jiyan is only hitting like 14k ticks, right? That's not like outside of the realm of like ordinary damage. And I'm assuming it's an S6 Mortifee as well. And so that 20% attack buff combined with Mortifee's outro skill is probably leading to like these 14k damage ticks. Or it is like a pretty high amount of investment, but it's not like unreasonable. And so basically, just like with a regular Jiyan team, right? We're clearing in 40 seconds. So just as like a bit of a forewarning on my character, my Mortifee is like not particularly built at all. So we're going to keep that in mind as we go through. He's only S5. I'm not getting this buff from his S6. And he has some of the worst investment you've probably ever seen when it comes to a character's skill tree. So if we're being frankly honest, this character right now is not doing a lot of damage on my account. But he is level 80. Yeah, we can see if that's like more of a factor in his performance. But, you know, I already get comfortable clears with Jiyan without leveling up Mortifee at all. All I need is HP on the guy because I do get hit often. My Jiyan is like almost maxed out. Obviously, like I can still do this. But his Forte Circuit and Liberation, where most of his damage is, that's going to be maxed out. And then his intro skill's just there. For sequence nodes on Jiyan, I do have S1. I plan on not actually using his S1, except like in the middle of his, maybe in the middle of his on-field rotations, because sometimes I just accidentally press it. I'll try to be a little bit more consistent and not use it as often. When it comes to my Shorekeeper, she's also just S1, so it's not going to be any real use at all in Jiyan's rotations because they're so short that it doesn't really matter. So yeah, there's not like a hyper turbo amount of investment. My Jiyan's overall stats are just 73% crit rate and 264.6% crit damage. Also 130% ER, so it's going to be a lot easier to manage my energy and actually make sure my liberation is up. But first thing we're going to do is just set a baseline level of performance using regular rotations and then making sure that we can, you know, draw some conclusions off of that. Maybe we'll have to go to like a different boss because this guy he's like right on the cusp of being broken, and it's kind of freaking annoying if I'm being honest. he's like, his break meter is like 1 millimeter away.
A miscalculation. Silence. Let's do this another way.
Remember, these are the non-sweaty rotations. That felt pretty good. That one felt pretty good, actually, if I'm being honest. That one felt really good. And I think I'm gonna break him here. I think I'm gonna break him here with Mortify. Yes. See, this is what I meant by like the rotation feeling, you know, a lot smoother, depending on how fast you're able to break this guy, right? Doesn't this look like a lot better? Don't that look like I'm playing a lot better? That looks a lot better, right? And we'll just see if we can finish him off real quick right now, right? So that's like a 1 minute clear, or, you know, right? Come on, smack him. Boom. All right. That's like a 1 something minute clear. That's pretty good. So that's kind of like the baseline that we're looking at over here for these rotations. Around a 1 minute clear on the fallacy of no return. Now, let's get into the sweaty rotation. Those are quite literally the button presses that I am attempting to do to really optimize this Jiyan rotation. And to me, it is, you know, obviously it's a little bit hard to keep track, right? I'm going to try to just, yeah, keep that in the corner so that you guys have an idea of what I'm doing. So the idea, right, is that we're abusing the swap when you're not using an intro skill that builds up Concerto that, you know, basically does long attacks off field for Mortify, and then not really using any of his abilities until we get to like 2 EREQ and then go on to Jiyan and then do the rest of his combo. So the steps to this combo are on the screen right now. Obviously, what you're going to find in here is that there's not a single dodge built into it. And so whenever you dodge attacks, right, that generates Concerto energy. So there's some deviations that will occur. But for now, let's try it again. Shit, I messed up the team order. Where did I get this rotation, Pridewood? I did. Pridewood is not the place where I got this rotation. Let's just get that out of the way first. This was on YouTube. Sweat maxing against one of the hardest bosses to actually sweat max against in the first place. Let's do this. Okay. Okay. So then we go into E.
Fury boils. Inferno.
Okay.
Please, let's do this. You're wide open.
Wait. That was close.
Don't you worry. Fury boils.
All right. I messed up the Shorekeeper intro skill. I keep introing onto Mortify because I'm getting lost in the sauce during my Jiyan rotation. But I think we got it that time, guys. I am quite certain we got close to it that time. Okay, I messed that up. Oh, who knew Jiyan could be this hard to play?
In war with time.
Oh, that is so...
Safe distance advised.
Where is my Concerto? Like, Shorekeeper is easily the hardest part of, like, what I'm doing here. 2-3, BA3, QR, BA3E, 1E, Jiyan, Mortifi just swaps onto. You just swap onto him. And then you do 3 basic attacks on Shorekeeper. Then go back to Jiyan Echo skill. Oh, good God.
In war with time.
Okay, perfect cancel there, but obviously I'm like getting my ass beat, right?
Fury.
Oh, wait, this is it! This is it!
Let's do this. Ready for battle.
That is it!
Get down. I can take it.
All right, obviously got hit in the middle of that rotation, but that was it.
So, yeah, lion graft you knew.
All right, well, clearly
Now.
Lion graft you knew. Yeah, stay calm.
Fury boils. Inferno. Let's do this
Ready
another
for
way.
battle. Fear no more.
I mean, that it does make you feel like a bit of a badass, I will say.
Didn't ask for modulation.
Like, you do feel like a bit of a badass.
Fury boils. As you wish. Feel my wrath. Not bad, huh? Burn.
You're wide open. Unstoppable.
And obviously I missed my Gorilla Echo skill there because I was just really trying to get that Forte circuit. Or that break bar on the fallacy down. But you know what? You know what? We would definitely, if my Mortifi was more built, I think we would have killed it already. I think we would have cleared it already, right? If this is the HP, when I'm like not even using the Gorilla Echo skill.
Don't you worry.
I think for sure, I definitely would have gotten like a 50, potentially 40-something second clear if my Mortifi was built. Because the results there were actually surprisingly good. And let's do remember, guys, that was the performance against the fallacy using like these spicier rotations. With a Mortifi that's basically not doing anything right now. You can see his ticks are doing about 922 damage. That's nothing.
The battlefield is
And
dynamic.
this is the Mortifi.
This quick. I have experiments underway.
This is the Mortifi that I'm working with, guys. And I, you know, if I'm getting really, you know, I'm on the edge of a 2 rotation clear on the level 100 hazard bosses, and this is what my Mortifi's looking like. I think if I invest in him a little bit more, I'm gonna be able to get an easy 2 rotation clear. That's my copium. That's my copium. And now what this means is that the door has opened to so many more Shorekeeper combos, so many possible Shorekeeper rotations. So, the next question is, what kind of combo do you guys want to see now that we sort of, I guess we've opened Pandora's box with Shorekeeper? And for me, it's kind of like, what other stuff can we do in her teams?
Here we go again.
Oh god, I missed it.